2, 1.
Welcome back to Dr. Balls and Friends, and we are here with Michelle Albergo. Welcome.
Thank you. It's very nice to be here.
Yo, I am so excited. We were talking off camera, and I just said, you know, it's so important that we capture this. Now, you run a preschool.
I do. Loving Touch Nursery School. It's located in Hillsdale, New Jersey.
Loving Touch Nursery School. I love it. I love it.
Thank you.
People who know me, you know, they always say, Kathy, love the kids.
Absolutely.
I love the children.
Yes, well, they are our future.
Yes. Yes. Now, how did you end up opening a nursery school?
It's a funny story. I have 2 children, 2 sons, and initially I went back to work and I was not happy with the quality of care. I know, that's all I'm saying. I went to another with my son. And then I realized I was an overprotective mom, like a lot of first mothers, but I was looking for something different and I wanted to provide it for my son. So I stopped working and I decided to open an in-home daycare.
Okay.
And I worked with the county for a while and I wanted to provide an environment where moms can go back to work with peace of mind. You know, we have babies and dads are always working, dads continue working, we have our maternity leave, and then when it's time for us to go back to work, we feel guilty, we're sad. And I wanted moms that were working either because they enjoyed their career or for financial reasons, whichever it was, to be able to work with peace of mind, knowing that their children are in good hands. I wanted them to have a place where they would learn, they would have healthy meals, they would make friends, and that moms could go back to work and be able to focus on their job.
That's such a good point, because I know when I was working as a Montessori teacher, probably about 20-some years ago, most people look at me and go, how can that be? But it was about 20-some years ago, I was working as a Montessori teacher, and the children came in at 6 weeks old.
Yes, that's how my school is.
And so many times, parents, and specifically the mothers, had such a difficult time leaving them. That first day was the worst.
You know, I cry with the moms when they're leaving. They have tissues, I have tissue, because it's so emotional. You're entrusting the most important thing in your life to total strangers.
Yes.
And I wanted to make that transition a pleasant one.
Yes, that is wonderful. Wonderful. And the thing about it, you know, so many times people will say dropping off a child so early is hard, or that it's not a good idea for them to come early. But then when you see how they grow around other children.
Exactly, they develop so quick. You know, sometimes when you're at home, you're fitting your child into cooking and cleaning and doing laundry. When they're in our environment, they are our focus.
Yes.
So they're learning to socialize, they're learning academically, and it's really, you know, it's not a bad thing if you find the right school and the right environment that, and you're on the same page. It's a wonderful thing for children.
And one of the other things I heard you say was, by doing this, you actually found your passion.
I did, because when I first started, I started doing this for my son. I wanted to stay home and provide him the environment that I felt he deserved. And then so I did it, and I took children into my home, and it was wonderful. And then I had my second son, because my idea was, I'll just do it till he goes to kindergarten, then I'll go back to him. And then I had my second son and said, well, I have to do it for him also. I can't give one and not the other. And then when he went to kindergarten, or when he was ready to go, I thought, I can't go back to an office. This is what I was meant to do. And I worked out of my home for many years, and then 17 years ago, I took over a building and opened Loving Touch Nurseries.
Wow. And now what's also fascinating about your story is you started with one.
I did.
And you followed that passion, and what happened?
And it grew, because when you have a passion, you put everything into it.
Yes.
And I opened my school with 17 children, and I didn't have 17 children in my home, but I had a big waiting list.
Yes.
So I opened it with 17 children, and I have well over 100 students in my school.
Oh my goodness.
It's really great. I have a lot of wonderful teachers that I work with. The public schools know us in the area. They recommend our school. They say our children have such an excitement about learning, and that a lot of my children, when they graduate and go into kindergarten, they're already reading. They're adding.
That's
My
huge.
teachers are phenomenal, so I'm very, very lucky.
And see, I love it because so many times people will say, oh, well, they're only 2 and they're only 3. And I'm saying, but their brains are still active and working, and you can capitalize on that time.
This is the best time because they want to learn. They're so excited about it. And their brains are sponges, so they absorb everything that they learn. So
Everything.
it's phenomenal. And one of the most important things is they learn how to socialize. Because you need to learn how to get along with everybody in this world. And they learn that at a young age.
Exactly, exactly. Well, I thank you so much for taking
Thank you.
the time
It was
to talk
very
with
nice
us.
being here.
Yes.
And I look forward to seeing you again.
Oh, thank
Thank you.
All right, and we'll see you real soon again on Dr. Walls and Friends.
Thank you. Bye-bye.